Okay, so we're going to try this again. It's David Pace here to discuss my persuasive speech, which is why I believe cigarette smoking should be banned in public places. Personally, I think all cigarette smoking should be banned, but that's infringing on someone's freedom of choice. So we'll just stick to the part that affects us as non smokers, as people that have chosen not to take that particular chance with our health or with the health of our children, which is really a kicker for me. I have 4 children of my own, and I know we've all walked up thinking that we're doing the right thing, we're making the right decisions, and here we come up to a grocery store and one of the employees is 15, 20 feet down the way from the entrance, but they're upwind and they smoke and it blows down to us. I think we all can agree, the Surgeon General certainly does, that smoking is bad for our health. We should not smoke. It's full of all manner of things, ash, tar, carcinogens too numerous to even count. We know that it's bad for us to the point that Philip Morris and all major cigarette producers and manufacturers have had to put warning labels on the side of their package stating that warning, smoking can and will cause or can cause mouth cancer, lung cancer, throat cancer, etc., etc. It's also been linked to heart disease. One source that I was citing here is Rico Saito. Exposure of children to secondhand smoke is abuse, a news definition. They went so far to point out Tokyo metropolitan government was part of the first country to enact laws to protect children from secondhand smoke. And that started back in April of 2018, 2 years ago. As I'm currently recording this in April, 2 years ago, they actually enabled it and cited it as being child abuse. If you're smoked in the presence of a child, that is child abuse. Here in America, a little bit different. We don't just have child abuse. It's physiological, psychological, sexual abuse, etc. And while physiological covers broken bones, bruises, abrasions, etc., it doesn't cover medical problems such as lung cancer, throat cancer, lung disease, heart disease. But they are still a type of physical abuse. Another paper that we covered here, let's see, secondhand smoke exposure in adulthood and lower respiratory health during 20-year follow-up. They discussed and covered secondhand smoke in different groups, different demographics. And their conclusion was secondhand smoke exposure in adults was associated with an increased risk for asthma, chronic bronchitis, and their results supported further restrictions on smoking in public areas. We know voluntary signs saying, please no smoking. It doesn't work. You go to any amusement park, and while they have designated smoking areas, they have signs saying no smoking here, no vaping now. Smoking and vaping, I don't discern between the two because they're both secondhand chemicals that I didn't wish to put into my body. You chose to. You exhaled. The fact we have to share an atmosphere, not in my control. The fact that I don't want to breathe chemicals that you're choosing to take into your body, that should be within my control. I'm not saying that we should institute these bans blindly, but they should be brought up for public vote. Later on, found by Hunshi Park and Sung Il Cho, Annals of Occupational and Environmental Medicine. Tobacco smoke is a significant occupational hazard. Smoking ban policy in the workplace can be a very effective way to reduce the secondhand smoke exposure rate in the workplace and can be more effective if specifically targeted. All of these sites, resources that I have gone over and I have accessed, each and every one, it's clearly related. Smoking, whether secondhand smoke, I take that back. I am specifically talking about the effects of secondhand smoke as justification for why we should ban smoking in public. Each and every one of these articles has clearly documented the direct relation between the presence of secondhand smoke and health effects, whether it be cancer, heart disease, lung disease. Those are the chronic effects. The acute effects are shortness of breath, increased allergies, anything to do with the sinuses, nasal passages, allergies, bronchitis, etc., are acute effects. You have your long-term effects, which are your heart disease, lung cancer. Every bit of research, every document every academic journal that I checked, all pointed to the same thing. There are definite side effects of being exposed to secondhand smoke. Now, if you choose to live with someone, if you marry a man or a woman and they smoke and you go into that relationship as a consenting adult, that's fine. My concern is for the rest of us who do not smoke, for those of us who are raising children in this world, I don't believe you should have the right, or that I should have the right, or anyone in the general public should have the right to choose to walk about willy-nilly smoking a cigarette. And the reason I say it should be banned instead of having smoking areas is because so often people don't take into effect, and you can't take into consideration the effect of changing wind currents. If you assign a smoking area and then suddenly the wind shifts and it's coming from that direction, our children are still picking up on secondhand smoke. I'm still breathing secondhand smoke. Someone who's experienced pneumonia 2 different times in my life. It's a terrible experience. I don't believe that we should be exposed to it if we haven't taken a step to enter into a consenting relationship or a situation. I walk into a dive bar, I know there's going to be smoke in there. I've willingly walked in and exposed myself to it. Walking through public, not so much. Walking in on a day-to-day basis, no. Any of these things, we should not have to expose it. And for these reasons, I believe that we should ban smoking in public. Keep it to our private vehicles, our personal dwelling. That's fine. Thank you very much.